Okay, Shabbat Shalom, Yashala, meaning Shalom on a holy Shabbat to the elect across the four corners of the earth. All right, Shabbat Yasha Dawada, meaning of the house of David. All right, Labachayim, the elect. All right, whose name is written in the book. All right, Shabbat Shalom. All right, to the elect. All right, scattered across the four corners, being so-called negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and speckled-beard Israelites, who are the Israelite foreigners scattered across the four corners as well of the Most High Yahweh chosen nation of Israel. Okay, without further ado, just want to give all praises, glory, infinite honor to my power, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, barak. All right, which is all praises to Heavenly Father Yahweh in the name of His only begotten and anointed Son Yahawashi and the Holy Spirit. All right, our rock, our true foundation in righteousness, pursuant to Deuteronomy 32:4 and other precepts. And with that, Mashana, Kaboadim, Lahasaquanium, Shal Gadawaraka, meaning double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and true shepherds of Yashala, and Shalom honors salutations to Bayasha Dawada, meaning the house of David, representing the elect of the elect, all right, of the 1/3, all right, including the 144,000 chosen servants of Yashala, man, of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. And it's just a quick, you know what I'm saying, pre-camp lesson, Autumn Ratazah, you know what I'm saying, Lord willing, you know what I'm saying, Autumn Ratazah, I'll just be, you know what I'm saying, pretty, you know, concise, you know what I'm saying, to the point, you know, dealing with the fact that these specific prophecies in these last days, these recent events anyway that have been transpiring, you know what I'm saying, dealing with these random shootings, you know what I'm saying, these random stabbings, you know what I'm saying, these random weather catastrophes, you know, these random events, you know what I'm saying, predicated off of the so-called vibration of hate and whatnot, which I'm about to bring out through a couple of articles filtered to biblical prophecy, you know what I'm saying, is a further omen or ensign, you know what I'm saying, that we're living these perilous times, man. All right, and that stage is ultimately being set, all right, for the downfall of this pagan Roman Empire, man. All right, and the image of that empire, all right, pursuing Revelation, the 13th chapter, is America. Okay, or the image of that pagan fourth beast empire, the pagan Roman Empire, man. Okay, that beast with the iron teeth, that iron symbolizing the weaponry, all right, of you know, of Esau's blessing, which is mainly his sword. This is really his sword, man. Okay, you're dealing with the iron sword, you know, the iron spear, iron, you know what I'm saying, that beast empire with iron teeth, that pursuing of Malachi 1:4 is being impoverished again. All right, in order for that to transpire, you know what I'm saying, there would have to be a lawless society, all right, concocted. And that's exactly what we're seeing. And that, you know what I'm saying, because not a coincidence, I'm about to bring it out, Lord willing, you know what I'm saying, how, you know, as of last week, you had at least 5 shootings within a span of a few days when I brought this out last Sunday, okay? And then right after that, you had Jim Crow Joe, aka Sloppy Joe, all right, you know, push for gun restriction legislations, man. See, so it's all this has all been orchestrated, man. All right, that big collapse, okay, economically, all right, especially economically, all right. And that's why Jim Crow Joe just signed a matter of fact, let me bring it out in the paper. It's a $2 trillion infrastructure plan that's supposedly supposed to you know, create more jobs, right? So it says, this is in today's paper. It says, all aboard the American Jobs Plan. It says Biden's proposal would boost Amtrak funding. Okay. So it says Amtrak late Wednesday released a proposal map of new and expanded service if it can land the $80 billion President Joe Biden proposed for the rail service as part of his American Jobs Plan, a massive $2 trillion plan to rebuild the nation's aging infrastructure. And this place was prophesied to be impoverished, man. Why? Because this is a kingdom, all right, really a queendom, you know, dealing with the vibration of it. That's why tomorrow you got Ishtar Day, okay? You know what I'm saying? Where you got a so-called Easter, you know, which is supposedly supposed to represent the Passover, you know what I'm saying? Which in the Greek it's Pascha, but in the Hebrew it's Pasach, all right? And you know, bunny rabbits, you know what I'm saying? Bunny rabbits and you know, chocolate coated eggs had nothing to do with the Holy Pesach, all right? Pursuing Deuteronomy 18:6 and other precepts, man. You know, it's all paganism, you know what I'm saying, fused, you know, with the scriptures by that wicked Jake Constantine the Great, man. Okay. So you got that going on tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, to further commemorate Ishtar, the fertility goddess, You know what I'm saying? And it's a feminine society, this queendom, man. That's why pursuing Amos 9 and 8, it says, it speaks about this place being a sinful kingdom. That's why this place is getting ready to be destroyed. All right. Yep, that's right. Yep. All right. And those, that's why in Exodus 23 and 2 says, follow not a multitude to do evil, man. Okay. And that's why ultimately those people are wandering and marveling after the beast. That same beast with the iron teeth, man. All right, prophesying the book of Daniel. That's that pagan Roman Empire in America is that the splitting image of the empire. That's why that great reset is being prepared for this place, man. Okay, that's why we're seeing this lawless society being orchestrated by the wicked elite. Okay, like it says in the book of what's that song? The song of the three holy children, which speaks about how we will be under the dominion of lawless enemies, man. Okay, those who do not have the Most High in their thoughts, and that's these Edomites, man. Okay, those who established the laws of the land, like the laws of men, pursuant to First Maccabees 1, around the 43rd verse, and St. Matthew 15 and 9. Okay, all right, dealing with their Bill of Rights. You know what I'm saying? Their politics, their different legislations, man. All right, their U.S. Constitution. Okay, this is how he has put his stamp on the earth, and that's the lawless enemy himself, Esau, man. And we're starting to see this great reset. Okay, that the Lord is using him to contribute towards for his own downfall, man. All right, and that's why all these things are happening, man. All right, the orchestration of this place being locked down. That's why the whole situation down there in the Capitol, you know what I'm saying? It's not a coincidence, man. That's the second high profile incident, so to say, that has transpired within the span of like 2 months. We're not ignorant of these devil devices, man. Okay, we see what they're trying to do. You see what I'm saying? So what they're trying to, what they're ultimately trying to do to establish their satanic global hegemony through their new world order is going to fail. All right, but they're doing so for their own downfall. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off in Start off in Sirach, chapter 36. All right, verse 6. Okay, and it reads, shew new signs. All right, like it says in 2 Ezra 9 and 1. Okay, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI moves through signs, and he speaks to his prophets. Okay, he doesn't speak to us regularly, man. We cannot contain. We cannot handle his omnipotence. Okay, we'd all die if we heard his if we actually heard him speak, man. Okay, that's why when they tempted Moses, for the Most High to get off his throne and come down here, Moses was like, all right, you sure about that? All right. So when Yahweh visits this earth, he visits this earth through thunder and great, terrible tempest, all right, and commotion, all right, through the thunder and whatnot, okay? Because this realm cannot contain his presence. So he speaks through us, pursuing Hosea 12 and 10, okay? So though, like it says in 1 Thessalonians 4 and 8, Acts 3 and 23, those who, forbade the prophets, or those who disregards the word of the prophets, are disregarding the word of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. We're speaking to our people in these last days, okay? Khan. Shalawam YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Isaiah 44 and 8, fear ye not, neither be afraid. Have not I told thee from that time, and have declared it? Ye are even my witnesses, Khan. That's the prophets of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI ultimately, man. Okay, the first fruits, all right, 144,000. All right, says, ye are even my witnesses. Is there a God beside me? Yea, there is no God. I know not any. So he like he said, he shall work, and who shall let it, in the book of Isaiah. You know what I'm saying? Of the things that were declared before time for our learning. All right, when these things would spring forth, he would tell us of them. Okay, pursuing Isaiah 42 and 9. That's the prophets, man. That's right. All right. So back in Sirach 36 and 6, shew new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, and Slack it, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. Now let's go ahead and get into these strange wonders of these signs. These new signs the Lord continues to to exalt himself in his righteous order on this earth. Okay, now I'm gonna get the first one. All right, this is dealing with the whole Capitol Hill situation, right? That madness. All right, it says, man rams car into 2 Capitol Police, 1 officer driver killed. Now, this guy was the guy who they say ran into the, rammed his car into the Capitol, and put that Edomite cop to death was a Jake. And it so happens that he was following the so-called Islam faith, man. All right. So it's not a coincidence, man, what these devils are doing, man. They're trying to ultimately blame the ministry and associate us with this, this whole guise of domestic terrorism, man. We're not ignoring these devil devices, man. Okay. It says a Capitol police officer was killed Friday after a man rammed a car into 2 officers at a barricade outside the U.S. Capitol and then emerged wielding a knife. It was the second line of duty death this year for departments still struggling to heal from the January 6th insurrection. All right. It says video shows the driver of the crashed car emerging with a knife in his hand and starting to run at the pair of officers. Capitol Police Acting Chief Yagananda Pittman told reporters. Authorities shot the suspect who died at hospital. That's an ongoing pattern, man. That's an ongoing pattern with these type of situations, man. Okay. It says, I just asked, I'm gonna quote him. Quote, I just asked that the public continue to keep U.S. Capitol Police and their families in your prayers, Pittman said. This has been an extremely difficult time for U.S. Capitol Police after the events of January 6th and now the events that have occurred here today. Police identified the slain officer as William Billy Evans, an 18-year-old veteran who was a member of the department's first responders unit. Okay. Says 2 law enforcement officials told the Associated Press that investigators initially believed the suspect stabbed one of the officers, but it was later unclear whether the knife actually made contact, in part because the vehicle struck the officers with such force. The officials were not authorized to publicly discuss the investigation and spoke on the condition of anonymity. Okay. Now jumping down here to the point I want to bring out. It says law enforcement officials identified the suspect as 25-year-old Noah Green. Come on, his name is Noah. Come on, is that a coincidence, man? Come on, man. And he's a so-called black man. Come on, we're not in these devil devices, man. It says investigators were digging into his background. That's why, speaking of which, Salakia, let me get on this demon agent. What's his name? Grandmaster. What's his name? Grandmaster J. Okay, you know, associating associating the truth, you know, with worldly philosophies, man. Trying to, you know, doing his part of his own contributions to further blame the ministry, because we got plants out here, man. Okay, you know. So this dude, Noah Green, could be a damn agent, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're not ignoring these devil devices, man, but I digress. It says law enforcement officials identified the suspect as 25-year-old Noah Green. Investigators were digging into his background and examining whether he had any mental health history as they tried to discern a motive. Come on, they're telling what they're doing, and see, they like they say in the street, they you know, dry snitching. These devils are dry snitching on themselves, man. They're telling what they're doing in broad daylight, but they know that the majority of the people, especially the multitude of Babylon, are docile people. So this is gonna go right over their head. They're telling you that they're perpetrating fraud before broad daylight, man. You know what I'm saying? Putting the final touches on their New World Order agenda, man. Okay, trying to lock down the society, and that's why there was a lockdown down there in Washington. Okay, right after this happened. All right, and they're trying to collapse. They're trying to collapse the economy. So that this whole stimulus situation is not, we're not ignorant of that. They're trying to, they want they're recycling this bread back into the society, man. All right. Pursuing the Haggai, the 6th verse. So it says investigators were digging into his background and examining whether he had any mental health history as they tried to discern a motive. They were also working to obtain warrants to access his online accounts. Okay. Now here's the point. Green described himself as a follower of the Nation of Islam and its founder, Louis Farrakhan, and spoke of going through a difficult time where he leaned on his faith, according to recent messages posted online that have been taken down. There's a couple of keywords you see there already. Islam, online. All right, and where do we push the truth predominantly? Online. You see what they're doing? You see? There's little, you know what I'm saying, little keywords they're pushing out there. All right. The messages were captured by the group site, which tracks online activity. Okay. Now dealing with these other strange wonders. Okay. Okay. A day ago, you had a Chicago policeman fatally shoot a 13-year-old boy during an armed confrontation, quote unquote. Okay. Now, a couple of days ago, around the time where this, a day before the whole Capitol situation happened yesterday, a day prior to that, I believe it was, you had that, or shortly before that, you had that shooting down there in Orange, California. It resulted in 4 victims and 1 dead 9-year-old, man. Okay. All right. It says 4 victims of office shooting identified as suspect charged with murder. All right. All right, so then so you had that, and then the gunman was an Edomite. Okay. All right. Then you had all right. Then all right, on the 29th of March, okay, there's a man that shot 5 people before killing himself. This is the report. Joshua Green, oddly enough, the same name as Noah Green, so-called Islamic guy. All right, and this was done down there in Baltimore. Okay. All right, so all these strange wonders, man. All right, all these multiple shootings. Okay. You have a death of a man found hanging from a tree in L.A. and he was a Northern Kingdom brother. Okay. There's nothing new under the sun. So they're using they're using secular history to justify their agenda as well. Okay, as part of their wicked devices, man. All right, you know what I'm saying? Pursuing Psalm the 37th chapter. Okay, now speaking of DC, right? You had the U.S. Capitol situation, right? Says several people shot in mass shooting in Congress Heights, Washington D.C. This was reported 3 days ago, around the time where that Orange, California shooting took place. All right. Now here's a headline here to emphasize on regarding the subject of this video, dealing with the stage being set for this lawless society to be established, for the downfall of the beast with iron teeth, or the image of the pagan Roman Empire, America, for once and for all, man. And these devils go into slavery. So it says on the final day of March, it is reported that another mass shooting has taken place within the United States. All throughout March, there have been several incidents of gun violence across the country, including the spa shootings across the metro Atlanta area, the grocery store shooting, Boulder, Colorado, and the still fresh Virginia Beach shooting. Then you had that shooting down there in Philadelphia as well. You had a couple of different shootings down there, I believe. It says now a shooting has reportedly taken place today in Congress Heights, a neighborhood in the southeast region of Washington, D.C. Okay, so that's it on that, man. Now there's something I want to bring out before I continue with the precepts. All right, regarding what Biden has signed. Okay, if I could pull it up here, or what he was trying to, what he was, pushing for. And then on top of that, speaking of these strange wonders, you had them deadly tornadoes down there ripping the South up, not just in Alabama, but, throughout different areas in the South, because the Lord is visiting this wicked earth, because the earth was given to hands of wicked, the man of sin and son of perdition, Esau, Edom. All right, the red dragon who's created to move peace from the earth, man. Okay. The lawless one. All right, basically, I was looking for when, Biden was looking, sloppy Jim Crow Joe was looking to push, he's pushing for gun restriction legislations right around the time of those shootings last week. Now you have all these shootings. Come on, man. Okay, we're in the midst of this lawless society being established, man. This is all prophesied in Isaiah 24:10, where that the great land of confusion, Babylon, will be torn down, man. Okay. So this is Sirach 36:6. Shew new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. Verse 7. Raise up indignation and pour out wrath. And pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. Okay, the lawless one, pursuing a song of the three holy children, chapter 3, verse 20, I believe it is. So I'm going to get that precept. Okay, just bear with me, Baba Kasha. All right. Get a song of the three holy children, chapter Salakia. The song of the three holy children. All right, just bear with me one moment, Baba Kasha. I'm trying to find that scripture. I believe it's in a song of the three holy children. Okay, verse 9, Salakia. or I believe it's verse 9. Let me just, okay, this is Slakia. This is Song of the Three Holy Children. Hey, that's what they say. All right. Noah Green. Like I said, man, you got a lot of these Asian provocateurs out here, these crisis actors. They're, hey, man, and then in case of point, every time these situations happen, the perpetrator always dies. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like what? Hey, but I digress. Song of the Three Holy Children, chapter 3, verse 8. And thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies. That's why they're trying to establish this lawless society. Most hateful forsakers of the Most High. And that's why in Psalm 10:4 it says, the Most High is not at all in these devil's thoughts. It says, and to an unjust king and the most wicked in all the world. This, you know, the same wicked hands the earth was the earth was placed into, man. Pursuing of Job 9:24. And that's these Edomites, man. Okay. The Edomite Confederacy, all right, dealing with the image of the pagan Greco-Holy Roman Empire and her constituents, man, including NATO and the EU, all right, and their other constituents, man. Okay. All right. So this is Malachi chapter. I'm gonna get Malachi. All right. Salakia. Pull a book of Malachi, chapter 1. All right. I'm gonna start at verse 3. Okay. So this is Malachi chapter 1, verse 3. It says, and I hated Esau. Start at verse 2. I have loved you, saith Yahawah. Yet these say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith Yahawah, yet I love Jacob. Okay, and these Romans are Edomites. Okay, the descendants of the original inhabitants of Mount Seir. When you look up Seir, Seir basically means shaggy or hairy, and it goes into the prophecy in Genesis 25th chapter where these devils come out, where this devil Esau came out red and hairy, man. Okay, that the red dragon that was created to move peace from the earth. Pursuing Revelation 6 and 4. Malachi 1 and 3. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. See, and that's part, that's part of that stage being set for the downfall of this wicked society, man. The most dreadful and terrible empire to ever exist, man. All right, the sinful kingdom in Amos 9 and 8. That's why the Lord is steadily visiting this place, man, through plagues, through ensigns, through the chariots, pursuing Zechariah the 5th chapter. That's why before and after the Passover, you have brothers seeing a plethora, you know what I'm saying, a multitude of chariots, man, because those are the same vehicles and how we're going to be translated out of Babylon. All right, scarcely. All right, you know what I'm saying. Regarding the elect, including myself as of the hopeful elect, Adam Ratazah, right before this place get destroyed. Okay, man, I saw it prophesied. All right, because this devil is not fit to rule this planet, man. This earth. All right, and that's why there's nothing but turmoil and destruction, and nothing but confusion and commotion and mayhem. Okay, all right, compromising compromising the well-being of this place. All right, in this case, rather compromising the structure of this place. All right, the sovereignty, the rulership of this place, man. That's why that whole $2 trillion infrastructure plan on behalf of Jim Crow Joe is in vanity, man. Okay, this place is prophesied to be destroyed. That's why the stage is being set for that great downfall of this place, man, because of who's ruling it. All right, Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord Yahawah of hosts, they shall build, but I would throw down. What is a mindset? What is the mindset they're in right now? Building, like, you know what I'm saying, in the case of this whole $2 trillion infrastructure plan under the Biden administration. It's all vanity, man. These devils are still going to be destroyed. They're still going to be casted down. Okay, Satan being casted down like lightning, pursuing St. Luke 10 and 18. So it's through the spirit of that demon, little nasty X, put that on his sneaker, man. Okay, he just foretold his own downfall, man. See how cold the Heavenly Father is, man. Okay, says his spirit would pour out upon flesh in these last days, pursuant to Acts 2nd chapter. All right, so you can even use somebody on the left hand side, you know what I'm saying, to push out the vibration of prophecy for their own detriment. Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Yahawah of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the board of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahawah hath indignation forever. And that's Edom. That's these devils. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get Isaiah chapter 24, verse 10. All right. Just bear with me, Baba Kasha. All right. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 10 reads, the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. Now, that reminds me further contributing into the, the whole this society being locked down. Reminds me of Governor, the Texas Governor, Greg Abbott, who basically is enforcing the Operation Lone Star. That's basically an operation to demonize, you know what I'm saying, some of the northern tribes crossing the border, including Issachar, predominantly the so-called Mexicans, the Zebulon, the so-called Mayans, and even some of the Cubans, so-called Cubans from the tribe of Manasseh. They're crossing the border, now they're being demonized as drug smugglers, you know what I'm saying, rapists. I was listening to this madness earlier, man. There's a recent gathering that came out with, I believe it's these National Guard associates, you know what I'm saying, what is it, DHS members, you know what I'm saying, and Jim Crow Joe. I mean, not Jim Crow Joe, the Texas Governor, Greg Abbott. And they were all demonizing the so-called migrants, you know, basically trying to quote unquote shift blame, you know what I'm saying, all this commotion happening in the earth on them. Okay, dealing with this whole global crisis, for example, you know, trying to blame them for everything. Okay, trying to ultimately use that as a further excuse to blame the ministry, man. So we're not ignorant of these devil devices. And who is that going to ultimately affect? The prophets. Hey, but the insurrection of the saints is going to happen to all the Israelites, the saints, the sanctified ones, pursuing the 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. Okay, so these things are prophesied to happen, and they must be fulfilled. Okay, it's just our job to explain these things, man. Okay, and including why that great stage is being set for the downfall of this wicked ass society, man. Okay, further replica of the beast with iron teeth. Okay, the downfall of Edom. All right, Isaiah 24 and 10, the city confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. So the whole border crisis example, the whole border crisis situation is further, example on their why they're looking to, you know what I'm saying, shut down the society. Why? Because the Most High is using these devils to shut down the city confusion. Because ultimately, he's shutting down the city confusion, the great city Babylon, man. Babylon the great land of confusion, America, meaning bitter. Okay, Babylon the Great. Okay, that's why this place is being shut down, the city confusion, where every house is being shut up. We have all these different business foreclosures. Okay, because regarding these bankruptcies and whatnot. Why? Because of further effect of this failing society. Economy of which is well over $25 trillion in debt. Okay, a federal budget well over $3.1 trillion. Okay, the unemployment rate being in the millions. Okay, the Great Reset has been preordained by YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Okay, so I'm going to get Psalm chapter 40, and this is another example. This is further proof. All right, on the Lord being responsible for this Great Reset. Okay, that great stage being set for the downfall of Babylon the Great for once and for all. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, of Sirach, chapter 40, verse 9. Start at verse 8. It reads, such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold more upon sinners. So that's how that great reset is being prepared, because the earth was given to the hands of the wicked, man. The man of sin and son of perdition, Esau. Okay, meaning wasted away is he, and every which is a name prediction for his wickedness, man. Okay, dealing with his lack of pigmentation, dealing with his spirit being wasted away. Okay, even having a profane, vile, lowly, degenerate, brutish, spirit. Okay, and it's his system, his wicked beast, capitalistic corporate system. You know what I'm saying? Is a further indication of his spirit. Okay, and that's why there's no peace in the earth, like it says in Proverbs 29:2, where you got people protesting all over the damn place. You know what I'm saying? People rioting, pillaging. You know what I'm saying? People going on murder sprees and whatnot, because the devil is in rulership. okay, of the beast with iron teeth, you know, dealing with the Roman Empire and their military. And that's why, oddly enough, you have the modern day Romans of this Edomite Confederacy through the headquarters of Babylon, okay, the highest exalted representation of the Edomite Confederacy, utilizing their military, man, through the National Guard, all right, with the border crisis, trying to you know, further keep the nation of Israel under their dominion, okay, using their military influence, you know, to try to you know, coerce or you know, provoke these other nations into warfare so they can be influenced, or in this case, you know, forced to bow down, okay, because geopolitics isn't working anymore. China and Iran have formed a deadly alliance, compromising the petrodollar within the oil markets, and that's going to spell doom for America that much more. And this place is finished, man. See, so that's a further example. Their military might represent a further representation of the Roman Empire. Is further proof of who is ruling this earth, and that's these devils, these Edomites. Okay, he whose blessing is a sword. Okay, and that's why Greg Abbott called for the National Guard around the border once again, because the sword is their blessing. All right, the Edomites, these so-called Caucasians, man. All right, Sirach 40 and 9. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, their blessing. Calamities, famine, tribulation, and a scourge. Okay, which scourge means affliction. That's why there's great affliction, oppression happening, transpiring this earth right now, because the earth was given to the hands of the wicked, man. Sirach 40 and 10. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. All right, just like in times past. And when the Lord brought the flood upon the world, when Noah, you know what I'm saying, was on the scene. Okay, now this flood, this flood ain't gonna be by water. This time, this flood is gonna be of that great millstone in Revelation 18:21. All right, that great lake of fire. Okay, you know, simultaneously of the concentrated heat of the chariots of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. All right, which are the quote unquote laser beams. You know, simultaneously with the projected 1 million degrees of heat of this thermonuclear fire of the 200 million thermonuclear missiles that are prophesied to hit America, man, pursuing a Revelation 9:16 by way of the adversaries of America, Babylon the Great, because of America's sins reaching the heavens, man. Okay, that's why that further goes into why this great stage is being set for the downfall of this sinful kingdom, man, that promotes all manners of unclean spirits in Revelation 18:3, prophesied there. Okay, and that's why this place is being prepared for destruction. Okay, so Sirach 40 and 11. All things that are of the earth shall turn to the earth again, and that which is of the waters doeth return into the sea. Okay, that's why it speaks about the scripture speaks about the besom of destruction, evaporating the bodies of the water. Roughly paraphrasing, I believe it's in Isaiah or Jeremiah. Okay, this heat of these weapons of indignation of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI through these he's going to use these heathen nations to shoot against themselves. These arrows are going to be so hot it's going to evaporate the bodies of the water, man. That's terrible, man. You know, shaking the earth to and fro, removing the tectonic plates from underneath the ground and causing mass earthquakes, man. This is how America, Babylon the Great, is going to go out, man. All right. So pursuing 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3, hey, man. Woe to you that seek peace and safety. While you seek peace and safety, sudden destruction shall fall upon you, man. Because that great reset is coming, man. All right, where you were like remind me back in 2019, where there was a back in February of 2019. There was a great shortage. There was a great banking shortage where people going to withdraw their money from ATMs and whatnot. And this happened throughout multiple banks, the major banks, of course, because it was all a test run by this devil. Okay, and people were not able to get their money out of the ATM, man. And even as of recently, I was speaking with somebody. They were saying around the time, well, a couple of months ago, people are trying to get their money out of ATMs, and it was saying something like, there's error message would pop up on the ATM, and it would say something like, oh, well, you can't, you're sorry, but the service is interrupted right now. Try another ATM. You see, people are going to panic when these things simultaneously happen. When you can't gain access to your bread. Okay, when you're forced to accept their agenda or get persecuted, even to death. That's why they got Issachar mainly, and some of these other northern tribes in these modern day internment camps, the same camps they had the Ammonites in. the so-called Japanese around the time of World War II, because history repeats itself, okay, of that oppressor, okay, ruling with continual wrath, with great anger, pursuing Isaiah 14:6, roughly paraphrasing. Which nation is responsible for that vile, profane, unruly spirit and unrighteousness, man? Esau, man. Okay. Come, that's right. That's right. That's right. It's a time and a place for everything. That's right. Habakkuk 2:4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. A lot of these people they're gonna die because pursuing the second Ezra 15:4, the multitude of the world, the masses anyway, are faithless. That's why there's gonna be a great slaughter prepared. All right, within the aftermath of this, during and after the aftermath of this great reset, this great stage being set for the downfall of the beast with iron teeth and his followers. Okay, pursuing the wisdom of Solomon 18:11 and Isaiah 13:15, Proverbs 11:21. Everyone who wanders and marvels after this beast system is going to be destroyed, man. Sirach 40:12. All bribery and injustice shall be blotted out, but true dealing shall endure forever. Like it says in Job 15:34. Okay, let me get that real quick. How the tabernacle of bribery shall be destroyed. And what do they do in America? They bribe people. Okay, like we cross the border in J-Town, that's what they do over there, because they were influenced by Babylon the Great. Okay, everything has an origin, man. Okay, and that's why 2 Timothy 3:13 says the hearts of evil men shall wax worse and worse. Okay, so because why? Wickedness is justified as righteousness in this society, and that's why this place is destined for destruction, man. That's why you got Satanists being reverenced in broad daylight, like little nasty X. But that counsel ain't gonna come to pass, man. The Lord's only gonna allow them to go so far. This is Job chapter 15. Verse 34, for the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. All right, the congregation of hypocrites, man. All right, a double talker, like it says in Psalm 55:21, further exploring and revealing the true nature of the self-proclaimed white man, Esau, Edom. Okay, and that's why his empire is destined for destruction, man. All right, for the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate. Okay, they say one thing and mean another. Okay, you know, hypocrisy really goes into the notion of, you know, supposedly representing a moral high ground or standard, but going against the grain, so to say. Okay, you know, not supporting that same moral standard that you set for everybody else. You know, through liberty and justice for all, the theme of America, right? That's why in 2 Peter 2:19 it says, they who promise them liberty are they themselves the servants of corruption. Liberty is another word for freedom. Ain't no freedom in America, man. How are you free when there's no petition to pay the so-called British royalty, the Amalekites, the central bankers, taxes? You get taxed on every damn thing, especially within this tax season we're currently in. How do you have liberty, man? It's all a farce, man. To keep our minds conditioned to worship these devils as if they're God, because they got that God complex under Edomite supremacy, man. Prophesied in 2 Thessalonians 2:4. Case in point. Okay. All right, so that's where it goes into the tabernacle of the vibration of tabernacles of bribery. You see? All right, Job 34:5. It's like Job 15:35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepare deceit. Like this, like that vanity and deceit of this whole Operation Lone Star situation down here in Texas, man. They're looking to use to further demonize our people and further justify the insurrection of the saints they're orchestrating, man. They're just finalizing, you know what I'm saying, this agenda, all right, through these test runs. We're not ignorant of these devil devices, man, because we know what they're doing, all right? You know, they're orchestrating this stage being set. But ultimately, the kings of the earth, the hearts of the kings of the earth are lie within the hand of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, pursuing Proverbs 21:1. So the Lord is once again, he's allowing these things to happen, all right, for that wicked, unruly ruler to be removed out of the equation, so this earth can have, the entire earth can have rest, all right, more so the nation of Israel. All right, so I'm going to end this off with a couple of more pre's. I'm gonna get Psalm chapter 75, verse 5. Okay. Psalm chapter 75, I'm gonna start at verse 5. All right, bear with me. Psalm 75 and 5. Lift not up your horn on high. Speak not with the stiff neck. All right, it's in the book of Daniel, it speaks about the horn, speaks about that, speaks about the horn of that system, of that beast system. Okay, and that little horn is America, Babylon the Great, man. Okay. All right. Psalm 75 and 5. Lift not up your horn on high. Speak not with the stiff neck. Verse 6. And that's what these devils do. They exalt themselves as if they're God. Verse 6. Well, how do they do that? Through their politics, geopolitics, and it tells you Daniel 8:25 policies of witchcraft, man. You see, one of their strange instruments, their wicked devices pursuant to Wisdom of Solomon 19:3 and Psalm the 37th chapter. All right, Isaiah 32:7, Psalm 10:2, and other precepts, man. They're devices of their wicked counsel, man. That secret counsel of evil, pursuant to Isaiah 29:13. All right, that's what's further revealing are the secret counsel. Because they're not so secret anymore, these devils, these Amalekites, these central bankers. All right, the Lord has made these devils naked, man, exposed, that is, pursuant to Isaiah the 47th chapter. On the source, all right, of the source, all right, being a physical manifestation of the spiritual demon Satan, okay, responsible for all the evil happening on the earth right now and increasing. Okay, and that's why the Lord is using these signs, okay, as visitation to the earth, okay, that he's using us to speak about, man, to further exalt his righteousness and condemn the wicked, man. Psalm 75 and 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. Okay, like it says in Daniel 4:17, the Most High Yahawah sets up the kings of these nations, however, for his will to be further fulfilled. Okay, now this is a pre-camp lesson. I'm about to open up in a little bit. All right, Psalm 75 and 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. Okay, so these devils didn't promote themselves, man. The Most High set these devils in, like it says in Ecclesiastes 10:16. You see, he set the servant above the horse. All right, who's a servant in prophecy, pursuant to Genesis the 27th chapter, or Genesis, what's that? Genesis the 25th chapter, the 25th to 27th chapter, Salakia. Where it says a stranger, Salakia, not Salakia. It says rather the elder brother would have to serve the younger brother, and the elder brother is Esau, man. Okay. All right, whom these Romans, these modern day Romans are descendants of, man. Okay, inhabitants of Mount Seir. Okay, that converted into Judaism. These same devils, man, about to bring it out in the camp. A lot of them are. Okay, because these devils being further exposed in these last days once again, man. Now they're trying to blame the ministry any which way they can, trying to associate this with all this madness, man. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Like hey, man, it gets old after a while, but they gotta do what they gotta do. And we gotta do what we gotta do in the spiritual warfare. Psalm 75 and 7. But the Most High, here's a point. But the Most High is a judge. He put it down one. Read this from the top. Psalm 75 and 7. But the Most High, Yahawah, is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. So these proud princes are being casted down. That goes into, you know what I'm saying, the significance of this stage being set for the great reset, all right, of this paradigm shift from the wicked unruly rulers to the righteous rulers, all right, going into our inheritance of the nation of Israel, the men of Israel, of the nation of Israel, all right, the true kings, priests, and rulers of the entire earth, ruling the earth once again, man. Okay, under Yahawashi and King David. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get Sirach chapter 10, verse 3. All right, bear with me, Baba Kasha. All right, this is the book of Sirach chapter 10, verse 3. It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Okay, it says an unwise king destroyeth his people. That's what they're doing right now. Okay, because they don't have the means of ruling righteously. And that's why this earth is in shambles right now, because the earth, like it says in Proverbs 29 and 2, all right, the people mourn when the wicked bear the rule. All right, Sirach 10:3, an unwise king destroyed his people. This madness go by. Sirach 10:3, an unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. All right, that wisdom, knowledge, understanding should be the stability of these times that we're in, man. They don't have that. They have sensual devilish wisdom. All right, their perception of light, all right, which is really darkness. All right, and that's why, you know, that's further symbolic of the darkness in this earth. Okay, pursuing of Job 10:23, a lack of order. Okay, which results in death and destruction, confusion, commotion, mayhem. That's what's happening right now, all across the four corners. Okay, especially in America, Babylon the Great, because of the unwise king is ruling this earth. All right, Sirach 10:4, the power of the earth is in the hand of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Okay, and what's that due time? All right, going into Yachanan's precept, man. Pursue the same chapter of Yachanan's precept, and Habakkuk 2:3, that appointed time. Okay, the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, to measure the time through prophecy. All right, that we're living these last days by way of these last few prophecies coming to pass, man, within these perilous times we're living in, man. All right, that there's a paradigm shift coming from the wicked to the righteous, man. All right, so I'm going to end this off in a couple more pre's. Let me get St. Matthew chapter 25. St. Matthew chapter 25 verse 31, because ultimately Yahawashi is going to violently destroy this empire, man. Pursuing Revelation 18:21 with that great millstone, man. Okay, the great indignation of Yahawaah BaHaSham YAHAWASHI through the lake of fire. All right, Salakia. Get St. Matthew. St. Matthew. Salakia. Bear with me one moment, Barakashah. All right, St. Matthew chapter 25, verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. Like it reminds me of that worldly saying, this world ain't big enough for the both of us. This devil is not gonna, he has no place in the kingdom of heaven except for being a servant. His natural position, to be the servant like he was created to be, being the elder brother, serving the younger brother. That's gonna play out, all right, within these last days. All right, for 1,000 years before they're eradicated. This is all prophesied, man. And they know that. That's why they're moving sporadically and frantically, you know what I'm saying, and desperately to bring this wicked agenda to pass, man. All right, which includes demonizing Yasha Allah. All right, Salaki, St. Matthew 25:31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him. All right, and the holy angels are visiting earth right now through the chariots. There's been a plethora of chariot sightings, man. All right, a whole bunch of plethora of chariot sightings, man. Okay, all right, before the Pesach and after the Pesach. Okay, that's not a coincidence, man. Speaking of that, you once again, you got Easter tomorrow, which has nothing to do with the Pesach. They try to which is being used through paganism to tie to the Passover. Okay, to try, you know what I'm saying, to try to, you know, shine a wicked light on the truth, man. Okay, combining, righteous principles with paganism, man. All right, and that's what they're looking to do now, to further demonize the truth, mixing doctrines and whatnot. Okay, and that's what further conditions the minds of people to despise the scriptures, man, because that's confusion. Okay, that's why there's a scripture in Book of Revelation that says, it might be Revelation 22:18, says the penalty, it speaks about the penalty for those who add and remove from the scriptures, man. So regarding what you said about the Israelites in the club being Sakari, they're adding, removing from the scriptures, man. They're a further example of adding and removing from the scriptures, man. All right. I'm pushing false doctrines, fallacies, damnable heresies, by way of the vain vision of their own, private interpretation, man. Their own vain heart, like it says in Jeremiah 23:16. Okay, you cannot when you proclaim to love the Lord, love is an action, man. Okay, so if you're pushing false doctrine, you don't love YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, man. Okay, and if you pushing false doctrine and you justify, man, that's a red flag, man. I mean, your love is not unfeigned, man. You see. So what more so the people in the world? All right, the trust in the society. That great reset is still happening, man. Within the stage being set for the downfall of this place, and Yahawashi is going to take this place down. It says rapper DMX hospitalized in critical condition after drug overdose. See, that's what happens, man. And he ran into speaking of you know what I'm saying you know what I'm saying you know, Jake to be pushing false doctrine. You know, you got he ran into the HOI camp about a month or two ago, about a month and a half ago, I believe it was. You know, he had already been marked by the truth, and he admitted that. And he had Chief Ephraim and them, you know what I'm saying, speaking to him on camera about the truth. Now he's in the hospital for drug overdose. See, you see, hey, the Lord gave us a blueprint, you know what I'm saying, of life. Okay, like it says in Joshua 1:8, man, and Jake don't want to follow it. They see that's a further example of what happened to DMX on you know, Jake, you know, wanting to have, you know, straddle the fence. You got to come full throttle with this truth, man, and you got to make it a lifestyle. Else you're gonna be vulnerable out here, man, to the plagues and snares of or the snares of Shaitan, man, because he's the prince of the air, the god of this world, pursuing 2 Corinthians 4:4. So back in Saint Matthew 25:31, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. Verse 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And that's the sheep of the lost sheep of Israel that he shed his blood for. Pursuing St. Matthew 15:24, Acts 5:31 as well. You see? All right. I mean, goats represent these heathen nations, man. All right. Symbolic of sacrifice. That's why it's not a coincidence why one of the top deities in Hollywood is Baphomet. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? A further, you know, a spinoff of, you know, which is further symbolic of a goat. All right, that's why during the equinox periods, these devils require high ritualistic satanic blood sacrifices, man. So it's not a coincidence. All these they say all these shootings are happening right now because we're during the spring equinox where Ishtar, the god of fertility, and these other pagan gods are being worshipped, man. You know, ultimately going back to Baal. Okay, so pursuing Isaiah the 19th chapter. All right, Isaiah 19:1, Yahawashi is going to descend back into this realm and destroy the idols of Egypt, modern day Egypt, America, the house of bondage, man. Okay, remove the unruly king. Okay, all right, the lawless one from power, and that's Esau, man. Okay, and to rule in his stead, to replace him as king of the earth. Okay, because that's of Yahawashi's promise, man. Okay, he was preordained to be the king of the earth and share with his nation. So I'm going to end this off. All right, I'm going to end this off, man. You know what I'm saying? One more, another precept, one more precept. Salakia. I'm gonna close this off in Isaiah chapter 19. Salakia, Isaiah chapter 9. Isaiah chapter 9, start at verse 6. All right, bear with me, Baba Kasha. All right, Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. And that's that same government spoken about in St. John 3:16. All right, that government, that harmonious arrangement, the sanctified nation of Israel. Okay, the temple that Yahawashi spoke about being destroyed and raised back up in 3 days, because his body being destroyed, all right, was very symbolic of the temple of Yasharallah. Okay, you know, in regards to prophecy on how the temple of Yahawashi, of Yasharallah, through Yahawashi would be raised back up by way of his noble sacrifice. Okay, of that breath, all right, being breathed back into us, man. That the Holy Spirit, all right, making us alive again, man. Bringing us back into the book of remembrance. Okay, pursuing Malachi 3:16. You know, containing the words that are written aforetime for our learning. Pursuing Romans 15:4, man. That we are Israelites seeking the ancient ways. All right, pursuing Sirach 39:1. That we have been given ancient holy customs and righteousness of our inheritance. Okay, of the descendants of Jacob, man. Okay, pursuing Deuteronomy 32:8 and other precepts, man. All right, now it's that time where it's at a point in time where we're finally gonna be able to enjoy the fruits of our labors, man. Okay, all right, teaching the people teaching our people these ancient ways, because we have to be taught ourselves, man. Okay. So that time is coming. Yahawashi is going to, he's going to establish righteousness on the earth, and he's going to share, that righteous glory through the kingdom of heaven with the Israelites, man. All right. Isaiah 9:6. For unto us a child is born, and to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. And his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Like it says in St. John 16:33 and 2 Corinthians 3:17. Okay, there's only peace by way of the Holy Spirit of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Okay, and that's why this earth is in great shambles right now. Isaiah 97 ended off here. Of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with his justice from henceforth even forever. The zeal of YAHAWAH of hosts will perform this. So this government, all right, is going to last forever and ever, man. Okay, like it says in Daniel 2:44, that kingdom, all right, that was that kingdom that would stand forever. All right, that's YAHAWAH, man. All right, and that time is coming, man. But throughout the kingdom of heaven, that's going to be established on this earth. And that's why the stage is being set in order for that to happen. All right, for this society, all right, to be to be truly prepared as a lawless society, all right, to be converted to a satanic society in order for this place to be destroyed. Okay, all right. In order for the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, Hamashiach Yahawashi, Lord and Savior, Big Brother, to vitally remove this devil from rulership, pursuing Revelation 18:21, and establish the kingdom of heaven on earth, man. All right. And how do we know this? Because through the indication of these final prophecies coming to fruition, pursuing St. Matthew the 24th chapter and other precepts, man. All right. So we'll go ahead and close off and start Cam Adam Ratazah and Adam Ratazah. I'm saying, those who came across the stream were further edified and exhorted. I'm saying, through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM Rakakodash. All right. And with that, Abad Babal. All right. GTA, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Shalawam, Shabbat Shalawam. All right. Yasha'Allah. All right. On to the next one.